Calabrese. All right. Ouch. Okay. Mm. Hey, hey, hey. Good morning. Dinoaur's not sick. Get out of here. It's also not a pud, man. Rip your throat out. He's a trained attack Dinoaur. Coffee or tea? I'm having unsweetened iced tea right now because it's pretty fucking hot today. Mm, already. Back is still pretty bad, but it's a little better than this morning. I didn't have any super painful uh, like muscle spasms or anything. I was very careful when I got up and around and got dressed today. Had Ashley help me with my socks again. It's still like super tender, and I can tell that if I move the wrong way, I could easily re-injure it. But I think if I baby it through the next couple of days, it'll heal up pretty nicely. Because I never had an incident like I had yesterday, where it's like I re-injured it and started the muscle spasms all over again. I've avoided that so far this morning, and I think that if I do, I'll be in less pain today than I was. But who knows? I need a cyber back, dude. I need a cybernetic spine that is immune to the ravages of age and weight, overload and shit. Just like make it out of titanium. Make it out of unobtainium. Dinoaur, come here. I don't want you back there. I don't want you back there. Adamantium, yeah. The same shit that Logan's skeleton is made out of. Stronganium. Dinoaur. Hey. Stay over here. Yeah, a titanium spine Kickstarter, maybe. All I need is $70 billion for research into biological neural interface. Once we've got that simple thing met, then I'm just going to need a few more dollars for R&D of my new cyber spine. Say the end bill is going to be about $1 trillion. Dinoaur is like 2.5. Yeah, 2.5. You're like 2.5, man. Solar spine? Nah, dude. Nah. My spine is powered on my own bioelectric energy, dude. Oh man, yeah. Well, right now I'm just happy to fucking. I'm just happy to be like awake, up, and not in super agonizing pain. So that feels pretty good today. But that means that today I need to be like just extra careful to not strain anything, not re-injure the back, let it keep healing like this. Which is going to be, whatever. I just have to be careful today. Careful means bored. Everybody wants to talk Kenshi, dude. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do for my next character, but you'll know that when I go live with it next. Whenever that is. Kimchi, kimchi, everybody loves kimchi. At least you got nice weather to do nothing in. I mean, I guess. Back is a little bit better today. I'm babying it, trying to let it heal. Name him Cocksmack McDildodorf. Okay. Cocksmack McDildodorf it is. Oof. There is a Counterpointless, the last 6 episodes of season 1 of fucking DS9. So that's going up today on Cinema for Cynics. It'll also be going up on Deep Fat Fried. So I guess I could tell you guys about this first. I mean, it's kind of announced in that video that'll be going up today. So I give you guys a little heads up. So I've been doing some thinking about Cinema for Cynics and how it gets neglected for long strips of time because my attention is pulled in so many different directions with Deep Fat Fried and shit. And I don't want that. I don't want to stop doing the type of stuff that I'm doing over on Cinema for Cynics, but I don't think it makes sense for me to maintain an entire secondary channel with expectations of regular uploads and shit. So I think over the next 2 or 3 months, what's going to happen is that the major content on Cinema for Cynics is going to like migrate over, kind of slowly but surely, to Deep Fat Fried. So it's just going to be kind of another little subsection of content for Deep Fat Fried, something to go up on, you know, days where you're not having a normal regular show. So we'll do Counterpointless there, we'll do Pitch Wars there, I'll do my What the Fuck Happens there. It'll be content for people, you know, and if people aren't into it, that's fine. They can just ignore all that stuff and go straight to the Deep Fat Frieds. But we're trying to put everything under one umbrella. So, whoa, got the stickies.
Should be.
Let me try and get up here. Yep.
Okay, so just on the lower back, right?
Yeah, let's see. It's worse right in here.
Okay, so I'm going to put it right here.
Okay.
Is that good?
Yeah. As long as it sticks. Sorry that Chelsea just had to see my butt crack. Alright, let's turn this on.
I'm sure she sees fat butt crack all the time.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean she wants to see my fat butt crack.
Hold on, it got tangled.
Alright. I wonder if everybody on the stream saw my fat butt crack too.
No, it was facing away from the stream. Just make sure you're broke. Are they sticking?
Yeah, they're sticking.
Okay. Yeah, I just put some water in my finger and rubbed it around and...
Ooh, hot. Put some water on your finger,
Yeah.
rubbed it around a little bit.
Yeah, I pulled some hairs off too, so, you know.
Alright, now it's starting to get less hot,
Yeah.
but keep going. I'm almost there.
Why is the heat?
Jesus, Paul, you're short. What? How do you figure that? Oh, god damn it. Why did this thing stop now? One of them fell off, probably. Yep. Maybe we can try swapping out whatever one fell with that.
Maybe. Maybe they're still too wet. Okay. None of them... Oh, this one kind of came off a little bit.
Came off enough
Yeah,
to
so stop.
stop working, so.
Okay. Switching it. Okay.
I just want my shit zapped.
Now pull up your pantsuit.
My pantsuit?
Pull up your pantsuit.
I know what it means. You're not supposed to tell everybody I'm wearing panties.
You're wearing the cutest panties.
Cutest, pinkest little panties
Yeah.
that you ever did see.
Sailor Moon panties.
Sailor Moon? Man, you're revealing all my secrets today. I'm actually not a Sailor Moon fan, though. I'm a Sailor Mars fan. Ooh,
Yeah.
Sailor Mars is bae. Yep. Arr!
Ah. Yeah.
I was going to say fat, but thought it would be too mean. Wow. Thanks for that, I guess. I was going to call you a total faggot, but then I reconsidered, so there you go. Mexico is about to pick a socialist president. Oh no! Just kidding. I don't care. Is climate change really what they say it is? Oh man, we're doomed. It's a pretty wicked striped shirt, Palma, man. Oh yeah, dude. Thank Ashley, man. She picked this up for me on sale, I think, at Walmart or some shit. She was there getting some other shit. She saw this shirt and she's like, you know what? I'm getting this for Paul. And she did, and now I really like it. It's one of my favorite shirts. Ow, ow, ooh. Almost makes me look like a respectable individual. Almost. Rodrigo. Dinoaur, get off of me. Motherfucker. Let's make sure that doesn't happen anymore. Oh. Is that a frog or a cicada? Dinoaur's like 2.5 almost. 14 in dog years. Doggy teenager. Skitty scat. Hey, Salvador, you ain't chasing that cat around out here today. Might as well give it up. Hey, go on about your business. Maybe an older dog. Like, get out of here, dude. I don't even know. Like, it's just kind of like it's even worse when like these troll attempts are like they totally miss. They're almost most annoying, like more annoying that way. Like I'm not even in a mental state right now where I can be actively trolled by you. So you might want to go find something else to do. Like I just like it's just too much, dude. Like go see if like Wings of Redemption is online or something, and ask him over and over again if he's ever gonna go get the surgery. Yeah, because that makes fun content for all of us, man. Going through a real shitty breakup right now. Any advice? I mean, there really is no advice that makes that easier. I've talked to people here before that have said they're going through breakups. I mean, you gotta just. It's gonna suck for a while. It's gonna be painful for a while. If your friends want to take you out, go out with them. You know what I mean? If your guy friends are like, come on, let's go out on the town, go out with them. Mingle with some singles. You know, man. I every time I start feeling bad for Wings, like I've been watching them because I've kind of run out of Dark Side Phil memes to watch. I think I've seen every Dark Side Phil meme, but Dark Side Phil memes led me to Wings of Redemption memes. And at first, I felt really bad for Wings of Redemption. But as time goes on, you see why people troll him so mercilessly. It's because he has like an attitude that nothing is ever his fault. He has an attitude of like blaming everybody else for his problems. You know what I mean? And that just constantly pops up. So even if the trolls are like trolling him to the point of tears, and I start feeling bad, I realize that, and like he says shit that, like, of course people are gonna troll you. He says shit like, I don't even want to be doing this. The only reason I'm doing this is for the money. If I could quit this streaming bullshit right now, I would. But the only reason I play these games anymore is for the money. It's like that's obvious. That's why people are trolling you. But he doesn't get it. He's just and he reacts in the worst way. You know, oh yeah, dude. I mean, I don't think he makes six figures a year. I'll just be honest with you right now. Um, I've looked at Wings of Redemption's YouTube channel. I know his Twitch channel is not that active and stuff. I mean, he's got subscribers and stuff, but I can guarantee you, he's not making anywhere near six figures a year. But he ain't broke either. You know, he's probably bringing home a good 50, 60K a year, maybe a little less, but still, he's making a decent enough living to not be doing these panhandling streams every day. And you know, I know he does it to himself, but he just perpetually hangs around, so there's always more trolling to be done. Wings of Redemption, he's an almost 500-pound man. What is it? What's that clip they always use? I'm an almost 500-pound man. My life can't get much better than, or can't get much worse than this. He's a 500-pound dude who blames everybody else for his problems. He used to be a pretty popular like Call of Duty streamer, I guess. But when the popularity of that game dried up, um, he moved on to like, I don't know, DayZ and whatever the fuck, those types of shooters and shit. Anyway, you can just look it up. Gets trolled and overreacts. Sounds like me. Go watch it, dude. Come on. You'll see that there's a very, very different troll dealing with method between me and Wings of Redemption. No matter how much I clean, I can't get the smell of piss out of my toilet. Dude, what do I look like? Better Homes and Gardens? Uh, I do, huh? Well, despite what I might look like, I'm not. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't have any tips. My garden looks good? No. No. I mean, there's a nice trees out here. You guys are getting to see the nice part. The grass is non-existent. We got two big old planter boxes that don't have anything growing in them but weeds. Yeah. Hey, Paul, my door won't stop making a squeaking noise. Oh, my God. Well, that one I can help you with. Get a can of WD-40 and spray it on the hinges. Spray a little WD-40 on the hinges. That'll probably stop that whining right away. Spray a little, open and shut the door a few times. Spray a little more. Repeat until squeak is gone. Salvador. What you doing, bud? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Get down. Just trying to go back behind that thing. That fucking cat. He's out here somewhere prowling around. I think I saw him walking around with a dragonfly in his mouth earlier, so he's definitely hunting. It's establishing his hunting. Oh. Can I build your house for you? I don't think so, man. Watching Wings try to start that fire was so damn infuriating. I don't think I've seen that yet. I've just seen some of his, for meltdown compilations and stuff. some of his saltier streams. Ooh. Is there some new filters I might use? Beam. Okay. Blush. Pop. Oh, that's kind of cool. Makes everything all vibrant. Crush. Glow. Slate. Noir. Dawn. Dorn. We all know what that is. We all know what that is. Dance Party. Dream. Whoa. That's pretty cool. Glamour. 8mm. Yeah, this one's cool. We'll leave it on 8mm for today. Makes it look like an old home movie. All I gotta do is move faster than I should, because those old reel-to-reels sometimes used to run at a speed that was slightly faster than life, playback-wise. That's why everybody in those old movies is always like... do, 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 do. This reminds me of Balls Deep. Why? Because I changed the filter. Guess I used to do that for Balls Deep. That makes sense. Have 5 doll hairs. Thank you. Just a few million more doll hairs and my poor doll won't be bald anymore. Wings and some friends are going to do a... I don't care. I don't care. I don't care, Chase and Tom. If you had to pick only being awake at night or during the day for the rest of your life, what would you be? I'd probably pick night. I'm way more functional after hours for most people, you know. Especially creatively. Like during the day, like during the afternoon and stuff, I don't know, I feel like foggy and groggy and stuff. But around, I don't know, 10 p.m., 9 p.m., my brain actually starts to feel quick. Now, I can obviously get myself to performance level by waking myself up. But I'm just saying, like, my natural inclination seems to be to really, like, hit my stride at around there, which means that I do a lot of working straight through the night, you know, writing straight through the night, research straight through the night, because that's just when I'm best at that sort of thing. So I'd probably pick the night. Lack of sun will probably worsen depression, though. I mean, yeah, probably, but can't get much worse than it is. Don't you wake up feeling like shit? I mean, I wouldn't say feeling like shit, but yeah, I mean, I usually don't feel altogether great when I wake up, but I don't feel like shit. Like recently, I felt like shit when I wake up because of this back injury and not being able to move. But a lot of authors write overnight. I've heard some weird shit about it being related to the gravitational pull of the moon. Yeah. Well, maybe. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? Yeah, the moon drives us all insane. Hmm. Children of the night. What music they make. I'm more relaxed at night, but not as productive. Yeah, see, I'm the obvious. Like if left to my natural inclinations, I'm relaxed during the day. Like if I'm gonna kick my feet up and just kind of chill, during the day is when I want to do it. At night, I feel like I want to be focused and working and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, there's been scientific studies, and nocturnal people do exist. This idea that there's one sleep cycle and one like day night cycle that works for everybody, one healthy time to go to bed and one healthy time to rise, is just completely wrong. And it makes sense from an evolutionary perspective for there to be morning people and night people. You know what I mean? Morning people to get up and go catch the morning game and guard the village in the morning and do the morning gathering, and then night people to do the same thing at night, guard the village, hunt any animals that come out after dusk, you know continue working on fortifications and stuff until you lose the light. It just makes sense that there would be two kinds of people or three kinds of people. Night people have to be the night watchers. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're the ones, like someone said in the chat, like perched up on a rock somewhere quietly, watching for movement in the brushes to see if a fucking lioness sneaks up on the group so he can warn them, throw rocks at it and shit. You ought to be thankful for people like me, man. Wasn't for people like me, our species would have been eaten by predators a long time ago. Us night people kept you day people alive. That anyone can do it, so it's worth little. Oh man, McHitler, you're really digging deep in the troll sack today, aren't you? Unfortunately, all you're finding at the bottom of the bag is crumbs and shit, man. You keep flinging crumbs at me. Come on. Come on, give me a proper trolling. The name like McHitler, with your custom like Ronald McDonald / Hitler crossover cartoon for an avatar, you really ought to be dishing up the piping hot trolling. And right now, I just feel like I'm getting your crumbs. You know, I'm getting what's left in the bottom of a pack of Oreos when all the Oreos are gone. That sad little broken piece of one of the top parts of an Oreo fell off during transport and stuff. I was talking to someone else about something unrelated. I don't care. You're still a dumb piece of shit, and everything I'm saying still applies to you. So, I love how exasperated he got there. I could tell he felt for a moment what I feel when he trolls. That's a beautiful thing. Oh, McHitler. This chat has positive. No, dude, don't tell me how to be. This chat has positive energy. That's good, but it doesn't mean I gotta be positive. I mean, shit. How many times have I come to you guys in a good mood and had it dashed by you? Go sepia tone on them fools, huh? All right, McHitler. All right. Calm down. It's starting to get a little sad now. Just chill. It's all good. You're in no danger of being booted. I like your persona too much. Always enjoy these streams. Always nice to have your banter. Yeah, buddy. There's nothing positive about this chat. I'm just as miserable as Paul. Oh, dude, I don't know about that. See, that's the sort of thing I wish there was a way to objectively prove, because I think you're wrong, man. I think if you and me got together and had a misery off, I would win. I think if that happened, I would win it. You now have a persona. It says the dude named McHitler with an avatar of Ronald. Like, what are you talking about? Of course you have a persona. What, is that actually your name? Are you like McLovin, but even more fucking unlucky? Chat union rep? What the fuck, dude? Wait a minute. You're jumping in way too quick there, Billy Goat. First of all, the chat isn't going to unionize. Unionization is banned, as you know, by Highdeology uh, company policy. So any attempt to organize chat will be met with bannings, mass mutings, bannings across multiple social media platforms. I'm talking we're going for the throat. Okay? Beheading if we can catch you. I'm just letting the people know. Unionization will only weaken the chat. Now you're being told by some agitators amongst you that forming a union would be a good thing for you. That it would improve your lot in life, that it would improve your job, and thus the security of your family and your children. But they're lying to you. All they want to do is line their pockets. All they want to do is get in between you and your employer so that they can take a handful of your money and claim they're doing you a favor. Now, what I'm telling you is this. Unionization has always been banned here at Highdeology. It's always been a policy that we just don't allow our chatters to engage in, and it's for their own protection. It is because we don't want that vampire union putting itself between you and me. I want to deliver the fresh Highdeology directly to you, not through some representative who will watch the Highdeology for himself and then decide what it's good to show to the rest of the chat. Why would you want to impose a middleman between me, Paul Zigo, who has ever been your friend and ally? Ever have I shepherded the flock that is the Highdeology chat with grace and poise and a great egalitarian sense of justice? And yet now there are agitators among you saying, no, we must have a union. No, there must be a middleman. Why must there be a middleman? Why would you want someone between you and the fresh Highdeology that I provide? I tell you, this talk of unionization of the chat, this talk of boycott is seditious. And seditious talk is met harshly here on Highdeology. Ask the endless number of Nigerian spammers in their thousands who have come seeking to inject their Nigerian ways into the chat. And lo, they are gone. We built Highdeology on their corpses. Because of them, we have been able to reach closer to the sun. And you, unionizing, will only knock our palace down, this great palace of Highdeology that we have built together, me with my leadership, you with the sweat of your brow and the blood of your hands and the money of your super chats, you and I together. King and subjects have built this mighty tower of Highdeology, and those seditious elements among you would tear it down with their hands and tell you they're doing you a favor. And I tell you, Highdeology, they are not. They are not doing you a favor. They are tearing down what we have built together. In my image, for the good of all. Don't tear down this kingdom. Yeah, see, Lamau is one of the most prominent among you. You see, he wears the general's badge wrench. You see him walking among you, and you've respected him in the past. Heed his words, for he is of you. Only a few days ago was he elevated to the position of moderator. This man knows. James Russell, tear down the mods. I can assure you, boy, that if you defy them, it will be them that will be doing that to you. We don't need a chat union. We need to make chat great again. Well, that sentiment I can stand behind. Make Highdeology great again. And the only way that we can do that is through the unity of your subjugation to me. Only by subjugating your wills to the obvious superior will, the creator of Highdeology, can we, as a group, build this great fortress ever higher and closer to the heavens. Take that wristband off, you prepubescent dude. Look, this wristband is like it's relevant. Look, it says don't be salty, bro. It's a reminder for me. What time during the day does DFF go live? I am in the UK and struggle to know when to get up. So we go live between 8:30 and 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. You'll have to run that through your fucking time zone shit to find out what time that is for you. But that's the time we're live usually, is between 8:30 and 9 p.m. Central Standard. People trying to make you salty, be salty, memento. Irony. Yeah. But I mean, like, it didn't work because I was reminded just reading it. I don't have any real life friends, so I pretend Paul is my friend. We are all friends here. Ever has the king of Highdeology been all of your friends? When have I said that you could not come to me with a concern? When have I not lent my ear? Never. I hold court all day. All day I am here taking your positions. How could I ever be accused of not being a friend to my underlings? Okay, there we go. Hmm. I think you may need about 20 more of those bracelets, because that one ain't doing its job. Psh, pish posh. More shouting, more unionization rabble from Chase and Tom. I mean, would this be your leader? Would this be your representative? Would this be the president of your union? Chase and Tom? The half-wit? The moron? The capering jester that I keep around for all of our entertainment? How we've all laughed at him as he cuts a jape, a merry jape, through the hall. How we've all pointed and giggled as he fell upon his head and spilled his juggling balls higgledy-piggledy. And now you would elevate him to your leader? Chasten Tom the fool, who hath worn the dunce cap more times than I can count. Chasten Tom the idiot, the clown. This would be your leader. I tell you, this union talk is more than seditious, it's self-defeating. Poppycock, say I. Oh, McHitler, you're asking for something that has already happened. The chat has ever been united under my benevolent rule. You are all united in being my subjects. All. The fart of humanity. The fart of humanity has begun. Sounds like a weed whacker. Well, this is gonna probably necessitate a move inside. Once again, chased out of my backyard on a nice day by the fart of humanity. Yeah, I'll just pretend I'm farting. Anyway, we need to redistribute the means of streaming and everyone gets to chat. What? I don't know what you're talking about. Does the noise? It really does. I get really like, I don't know. When I'm sitting in a place that's kind of natural and chirping and like, I can hear the birds and the insects and stuff. It's serene. And then when something like that happens, a motorcycle or a fucking weed whacker or somebody's lawnmower, it just ruins it for me. It's like, just more evidence of human presence that I don't want or need right now. This chat is full of cummies. Cummies? Yeah, dude. McHitler, you need to chill out. You need to chill out. Look at Isla Mao doing such a good job already. I knew I wasn't wrong in choosing you. Ow, 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 ow. Alright. Let's shift this a little bit here. Shift the weight. Of course. What better moderator? Why would I trust human beings to moderate you? Flawed as they are. No, I only choose aliens. Nigeria. You see? Here are your previous dissenters. See how long they remain. They may come back, but they will break over and over and over again, like waves from the ocean crashing against the rocky coast. And accomplish nothing. Roll back out to sea. I don't want that for you unionizers, but that will be your fate. What films are you looking forward to this year? None, really. I don't look forward to things much anymore. That doesn't mean that I don't enjoy them. I just don't. I jumped off the hype train a while ago. After getting overly hyped up for movies. I mean, like, look, it started when I was a teenager. When the Star Wars prequels started to drop. Man, the hype train was real. And I jumped on it and went and watched it, and I was like, oh. I've jumped on the band hype train. Like, that's why people are all like, yo, man, are you fucking stoked for this new Tool album, man? It's going to be released pretty soon, and they're starting to release info about it. And I'm just like, no. Now, if it's good, I'll be stoked to listen to it. But I don't jump on the hype train no more. It just doesn't happen. Because that's how disappointment, like, happens. I'd just rather, I'll check it out. I'll check out the movies that are coming out this year when they come out. If they're good, I'll like them. If they suck, I'll hate them. I'm fine with that. I just don't like, having this internal calendar inside of me that's supposed to keep track of all the new shit that's coming out and my level of hype on it. Like, I used to operate that way, and now I just don't. I mean, every once in a while I'll get excited to see something. Like, I'm pretty excited to see the director of Blade Runner 2049 was tapped to do a Dune reboot. So I'm pretty stoked to see that. I very much doubt we'll see it this year. But that's in the works. So I've got a little bit of hype inside of me for that because it's a a franchise that's super near and dear to my heart with a director that I think, if allowed to, line out his vision, is going to make a great film. So much of Dune needs to be done from a visual standpoint, and he is a great visual storyteller. So I hope that that's great. But once again, like, I'm not on the hype train for it. I'm not like, oh man, I can't fucking wait. Let me check the website every goddamn day and see if it's been updated and shit. Oh man, come on. Oh yeah, Tarantino's releasing a Charlie Manson film. I guess a movie about the Manson family. So that is probably going to be super fucking awesome. I don't know if that's coming out this year. TJ was telling me a while ago that Tarantino might have been tapped to direct a Star Trek movie, and whatever. But that's like Quentin Tarantino. I'm always interested to see what he does. Like, if he makes a movie, I'm always interested to see it, because at worst, I come out and I go, man, that was pretty good. Like, for a Tarantino movie, eh. But as a movie, pretty goddamn good. Yeah, no, I haven't seen Altered Carbon. I've read three Dune books. I've read the first Dune several times, like probably at least three times. And then I've read God, Emperor of Dune, and Dune Messiah. And I believe I actually read Children of Dune as well. I did. So I've read a lot of the Dune books, but my favorite is the first book, and that's what I believe is being made into a theatrical film. So the David Lynch version, a lot of people hate it. I don't hate it as much as other people do. I actually really like that movie, but there's definitely problems in it, and it could be better. And I think that it might be better with a reboot. So I'm pretty happy to see that. But like I said, not really hyped over anything. Same thing with video games, music. When stuff comes out and it's good, like the other day, I sat and listened to the new Ghost album like a couple of times straight through, and it's really good. There's some cuts on it that I probably won't listen to as much as others, but there's a bunch of songs on that album that I really like. Um, I haven't listened to the new Kanye album yet. I think it was Kanye that came out with a new album. Yeah, so I gotta check that out too. You hate Harkonnen? Oh, my favorite shit in the movie, man. I hated Dune movies, but loved the books. Yeah, they've done, and then they did like a TV mini series of Dune. I haven't even watched all of that. I can't hang. It's really bad. It's worse, in my opinion, than the Lynch Dune. Um, but yeah, modern take on that with somebody that has a real flair for visual storytelling. I think it could be cool. I think it could be real cool. New Kanye is awesome. Ghost Town. Yeah, I haven't, like I said, I haven't listened to Ye yet, but Dinoaur, I don't want to hear it, man. Hey, hey, sit down. Sit. Sit. Sit down. No. Hey, be quiet. Sit on your butt. Quiet. Quiet. Nope. Nope.
I don't. Come on,
Go inside.
come inside.
Mm-mm. See the Light. Dude, I like that See the Light song. It's got a great riff. I don't know. You probably just don't like fucking Ghost, which is fine. But that song was fucking awesome. I actually listened to it twice before I moved on to the next song on the first listen. I was like, man, that was a badass song. I like Pro Memoria. I like See the Light off of that. I like the opening track. I can't remember the name of it. Um, of course, Rats is really good. Eat me, drink me, then you'll see the light. I miss your takedowns of the Festus Sea Cow. I'm sorry, dude. I don't miss doing it. It was fun while it lasted, but them days is past, dude. I got bigger fish to fry. Bigger fish to deep fat fry, you know? I mean, I can appreciate that, but look, dude, there's literally, like, you could probably, there's probably over 24 straight hours of me fucking on the manatee out there. Go watch some of the, other teardowns. Go watch some of the fucking, like, 3 or 4 hour specials we did on him and shit. Like, all that shit's floating around out there. 72, yeah. I mean, I'm not shocked by that. My back is slightly better today in that I haven't had a major back spasm yet today. It's still really tender. It still aches, but I haven't had a major back spasm, which means I've got a lot more mobility today than I had yesterday, which is nice. But like I said, I have to be careful. So I'm still kind of hobbling. I'm still being very careful with everything I do because I feel like yesterday I felt like this in the morning, and then I went and tried to put my own socks on and I re-injured it, I think, and strained it again, or at least re-inflamed it. So today I'm trying to take it as easy as possible. Um, but yeah, I think it's getting better. If it gets worse or doesn't, slowly but surely continue to get better like it has today, then yes, I'll go see a doctor. But as it stands right now, I can function pretty well. Pretty much the only thing I can't do is put my socks on. I can get my pants on and my shirt on by myself. I can take a shower without any help now. So these are improvements. I'm actually glad you're done with the manatee. It was funny at first, but it grew stale. I mean, it just grew stale for me as a performer. There's only so many ways you can call a fat ass, and it doesn't mean that I don't still chuckle at his antics when I hear about them. But it just means that, like, I don't want to be in the business anymore. I don't really care. I don't want to cross promote him anymore, even if it is just like negative, exposure. I don't want to have him involved. I don't want him DMing me, and I don't want him. I just don't want to be part of the manatee cycle anymore. I want him to wither on the vine. I mean, Starve the Manatee has been pretty much in effect. I know people have said that they cover him on DP now, which that's fine, I guess. But he's definitely not getting the level of attention he's used to. So that's a good thing. He's just a cancerous piece of shit. Um, people forget that, like, in addition to all the memes and stuff, Brett Keane gave my fucking real home address to Joseph Martelli, who had in the past shown the will to travel and threaten with guns and stuff. Joseph Martelli had my home address. Brett was a retard and found a studio apartment that I rented in Bellevue and thought that it was our studio. And in fact, our studio at the time was in the same building, on the complete opposite end of the building on a different floor. But the address that he gave to Joseph Martelli, thinking it was my studio or my our the DP studio, was my home, where I slept, where my girlfriend Ashley slept, where my little dog Dinoaur spent his days. So, there are other reasons other than just being burnt out that I don't want to go anywhere near the manatee. And that's one of them. People forget that because he's like Trump, right? Every time he opens his mouth, he makes a gaffe. So it's like people forget about the really shitty shit that he's done. But I have absolute irrefutable proof that that motherfucker passed my personal home address to Joseph Martelli, who then started posting pictures of my building on his Instagram and talking about how he was going to come and see me. That's how I found out. That's where the trail of breadcrumbs started. As people started alerting me that Joseph Martelli was showing pictures of the Avalon Meidenbauer building in downtown Bellevue. And I looked at it, and it's the door my girlfriend used every day to come home from work. The door me and my friends used when we were heading up to my apartment. Joseph Martelli is posting what looked like candid, like personal shots of my front door. And when I followed the breadcrumbs, what I found was a fucking DM conversation between Joseph Martelli and one of Brett's little sycophants, where Joseph is talking about how Brett gave him all my information. Brett gave me that. In fact, it was a conversation where he was saying, Brett told me that was their studio. I did not know that that was Paul's Ego's home. I would not have posted that if I thought it was his home. Brett gave me that and told me it was the DP studio. That's why I posted those pictures. So fuck him. How did Brett get that info? Brett has doxed people in the past. Here's my guess. Brett probably has a relative somewhere that lives near him that works either in the school system or in the police system. Now, they don't have to be a cop, and they don't have to be a teacher or a principal or anything for this. Just somebody that has Lexus access. If he finds somebody that has Lexus database access, all he needs is your name. If he can find out your name, he can have his friend, and like this is a super simple way of doxing people. It's like a one-step process. If you got a shady ass friend that's willing to look up and give people's addresses, they can type in any name and get addresses for it. Get all former addresses, criminal histories, full names, spouses, children's names. If somebody wants your no, you didn't hit a nerve. I'm just telling you. This is how I assume that Brett gets his docs. He's either got somebody that he knows personally that has Lexus lookup access that he can go to and be like, this guy's harassing me and I want to scare him a little bit. Can you find out his address for me? Or he knows somebody online. One of his little toadies or something either has the access or knows somebody who does. Most people have a pretty direct connection to somebody who has LexisNexis lookup access. And you don't even really need that to dox people. Sometimes just the name is enough. Although then you're kind of treading on it's not doxing. You see, if I was like in news stories relating to my house or something way back, relating to my address, then what Brett would have been doxing, because I would have had, that information would have been out there in the newspapers and shit. But it wasn't a matter of public record where I stayed. Stop showing people how to dox. Somebody asked how the manatee gets this information, and I told him. I mean, what do you think? It's hard? Do you think people are like wanting to dox, but they're just waiting in my chat for me to reveal the secret? Like, I know there's a lizard. I mean, there's lizards fucking everywhere out here. You guys have fun looking at him. Yeah, there's little geckos, little friends that live out here. You, TJ, and Scotty sounded completely disinterested in your last 8 or so months on DP. I'm legit. Jason Tom, can you please stop with the DP trolling shit? I'm dead serious, dude. You're around here a lot. I'm gonna ask you to just move on. I'm not saying don't ever talk about DP, but stop with this "you're better than him" shit. Trying to mine me for nuggets of shit talk. I'm just tired of it, dude. It's not gonna happen. You're not gonna get what you want out of me. Quit trying to find wry little congratulatory ways to bring up shit.
Dinoaur, come on
Dinoaur,
inside.
go. Go on.
Come
Go
on.
inside. Inside.
Come on.
Go on.
Inside.
Go on. Go.
Dinoaur, come on. Let's go inside.
Go inside.
Inside.
Yeesh. It's the first time I've ever mentioned it. Yeah, but I just don't appreciate it being constantly brought up. And you've been in here enough to hear me like rag on other people for doing it that you should know better. And if you don't know better, just let me know and I'll just fucking make sure you don't come back. Like, quit trying to justify what you did. Just stop. After months and months and months. With the constant, like, hey, I'm so glad that other dead ass fucking show, blah, 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 trying to get me to fucking say bad shit about, like, people that are fucking ex coworkers of mine. Fuck that. It's not how I do business, Chasen. So if you want to be a fucking regular around here, or continue to be a regular around here, you need to chill out with that shit. Because I don't come on here to be poked and prodded into saying stupid, like starting stupid fucking drama and shit. I don't want none. I'm moving from strength to strength, dude. I want to interact with my fans. I want to keep making content that people are watching. I want to keep selling Patreon slots. Get more people on the bus, man. My favorite decade for movies is probably the 90s, and that's nothing but bias speaking. I was a child, I was a 10 to fucking 18 in the 90s, or 19. So those are really the years where I really learned to love movies, and a lot of the movies that I watched were newer movies coming out. So I have a real affection for a lot of those cheesy kind of action movies that came out. Um, the weird kind of cult classic movies that came out in the 90s. I mean, that's just my favorite. But there are great movies in pretty much every decade. The 70s were fun as well. I mean, I grew up watching a lot of movies from the 70s and the 80s, but I feel like I really started to appreciate movies in a real way in the 90s. And, like movies were kind of vibrant back then. Hollywood was way ballsier back then. They were kind of pushing the envelope because counterculture was coming into the mainstream at that point, you know? So Hollywood was being kind of ballsy. It was like trying different things and taking risks and putting out movies that were different and unique and trying new properties a lot. I mean, there was some sequelitis going on in the 90s, I'm not going to lie, but it wasn't anywhere as bad as it is now. It was like, I don't know. There was kind of like a fresh feeling about movies. A lot of great movies came out in the 90s, and interesting how rapey some of the older movies are. It's just a cultural difference, But yeah, you watch movies from like the 40s, the 50s, and the 60s, even the 70s. And it's like the way dudes treat women. You can tell that like it was pretty natural back then. They're like grabbing them and they're squirming and saying no, but kissing them anyway. And like eventually their protest turns into like a reluctant kiss, and that's supposed to be like a romance moment. That's always a weird moment for me, you know what I mean? Because I'm just like, what is this? Like she's going like, no, no, get off of me, you son of a bitch, and hitting him and shit, and he's just pulling her closer, and he like force kisses her. She's like, oh no, and then eventually it melts into an actual kiss, and it's like, oh okay, that's hot. I guess. Mm-mm. Yeah, Bond. There was a lot of slapping around too back in the day. Like it seemed to be like part of what a manly character needed to do back in the day. Just to like show what a strong dude he was. He needed to like slap a bitch at one point during the movie. There needed to be a big moment where some woman was like, "Well, you know what? I'm not going to take it anymore. I'm leaving you, Johnny." And then he just reaches back and goes, and she's like, "Oh." It's like, "You ain't leaving nothing, dame. Now you listen here. You're going to unpack those bags and you're going to start on my dinner. You're gonna go back to work? Because I do the same thing every day. I go and work to put that food on the table, and it's your job to cook it. And she'll be like, oh, all right, Johnny. All right. All right. I don't know what I was thinking. I just woke up on the wrong side of the bed or something, you know. Yeah, yeah, you dizzy dame. You know, and then the movie goes on, and you're like, whoa, that's awful. What just happened? What's the name of Brett's voice changer channel? It was Hassle7777. So the word hassle, like you're giving me a hassle on this. HASSLE 7777. That was it. You kind of expect it, though. I mean, in those old movies, you do, because like I said, it's used all the time. And I guess the audiences of the time did expect that, you know? Holy shit, you remember. I mean, I'm a keenologist, dude, of course. Of course I remember. Blade Runner is intentionally rapey because Deckard doesn't see her as a human being. In his eyes, it's like having sex with a really advanced blow-up doll. Sounds like a good throwaway account name, yeah. Sometimes a bitch just needs a slap, you know? And I'm glad to do it. Every once in a while, I'm up. A bitch needs to be slapped in the face to remind her of her place in life. And I'm glad to do it. All right, let's stop with the Brett Keane shit. Find something else to talk about. Because we ain't doing it. I'm just warning you guys. Elite Dangerous. Elite Dangerous. Do you like power metal like Sabaton or Nightwish? Not really. Paul, is exploration the easiest way to get into Elite Dangerous? I'm looking to pick it up soon. I mean, there's a tutorial that teaches you how to fly, but really the easiest way to get into Elite is just to start doing something. I mean, mining is pretty easy to do at the beginning. It just depends on what you want to do. Like if you go to like low resource extraction sites, you'll be able to sit there pretty safely because they're swarming with fucking, you know, AI policemen that are gonna blow anybody up that tries to attack you, and you can mine pretty safely. Um, I don't know, like you can do pretty much any kind of job in your newbie ship. Like the Sidewinder ship that you start with is the worst ship in the game, but it's a versatile little ship, and you can fit it out with a ton of different things. It's meant to be a ship for you to try out different things. So you can fit it with a better jump drive, you know, save up a little bit and try exploring in it. You can fit it with, you know, some lasers and go hunting in some low extraction sites for bounties. Um, you don't really have to worry too much about being safe and easy and elite. You just need to kind of jump in and try something. So I would recommend going to the wiki and reading a little bit about some of your options and finding out which one sounds interesting to you and just start working towards that. Like if you think passenger missions sound cool, you want to be like a space limo driver, then start working towards that. I'm pretty sure that you can slap a couple of cabins in your Sidewinder and start doing passenger missions. So save up your credits, and when you can upgrade your ship, get a bigger ship. You know, that's why I like the game. There's just like there's no real like perfect way through it. I mean, I'm sure people have lined out like here's the quickest way to get started. And if you want to do that, go look up those videos. But if you want to have fun with the game, like just play it and learn what you like to do and pursue that. How often are you going to stream Kenshi or that style of gameplay? Because it's pretty entertaining. I don't know. I do it when I feel up to it. I was really bored and in a lot of pain last night. I thought I'd try it, and it ended up working out okay. But yeah, I'm not going to give you a schedule or anything. Just happens when it happens. I watched all your streams on it. Just got really into it. Looking to get it hopefully in the Steam sale. Cool. Yeah, like I said, usually in the big Steam sales, the spring one and the winter one, they go on. It goes on sale pretty much every year. I think I picked it up during a Steam sale, if I'm not mistaken. Or no, you know what? Somebody gifted ED to me. That's right. The only knowledge I had of Elite Dangerous is what I got from your streams. Well, I mean, yeah, that's the only knowledge I have of it too. So you and I are on the same page then. Gonna do a green ticket type thing again? I don't know. Maybe. Probably not though. Um, the green ticket shit was. I mean, I don't know. It was fun, but it was a lot. Like there was a lot went into it. So I just don't know if that's. I mean, it ends up being one of those perks that doesn't make you money. You know, it ends up costing you money because you got to fly somebody out, put them up in a hotel, take them places, do things. You know, with them. So yeah. Do you have a ginger beard? Yes, kinda. I've got some ginger in my beard, for sure. When the sunlight is on it is when it really is most apparent. But I have a bit of a gingery beard, yes. Ah!
I spilled some of it. I'm
Oh.
sorry.
Oh, thank you, baby. What is it?
It's the Guatemala.
Thank you. Mm. That's good. Mm. Super hot, though. Uh, we'll be leaving this house, I think, sometime in September. At that point, I'm not 100% sure what's going to happen, but most likely Ashley and I will be looking to get into a small little rental house or an apartment somewhere. Um, yeah, and that'll be that. Hopefully, this next move goes better than the last one did. Oh man, my fingers are crossed. Don't leave. Make TJ leave. We're all leaving. Nobody's staying at this house. We're all going to be looking for other places to stay after the lease on this house is up. I like coffee more than tea, but it's personal preference. I take coffee black. Why is that? Because this house is expensive and we could live way cheaper uh, in not this house and keep more of our money every month. That's probably why. Living in a house like that is unthinkable in the UK. Unthinkable. You guys gonna be in separate houses could ruin the chemistry. You mean the chemistry that was established while we lived in separate states? Yeah, could ruin the chemistry. No more Paul plus TJ live streams after September? No. No more Paul plus TJ living together possibly after September. And that might not even happen. We might find a joint that it makes sense for us to all move in together. But I don't know. We'll see. You ever consider going homeless for a little bit at any point in your life? Not gonna lie, the ideas of just forgetting all my responsibilities and living out of a backpack seems very freeing. I mean, it would probably seem very freeing until like 12 hours into the first day of doing it. And then you'd be like, oh my God, dude, it's hot and I can't go inside anywhere. Like, there's nowhere I can go. I'm just gonna sit under this bridge all day. Wow, this wasn't as freeing as I thought it was. My feet fucking hurt. I'm sweating balls. I'm hungry. Hmm. I almost became homeless and never want to approach that ever again. Um, I never claim I was homeless, but I lived in my car for a couple of days and it sucked. Um, I would never want to be homeless. That's just not an attractive thing to me. Both get apartments in the same complex. That would be neat. Yeah. I don't think that they're going to be getting an apartment. But there are some little homes out of this area a little bit, kind of towards the waterfront, that are really cheap. Definitely not big enough to house all four of us, but we could definitely look into getting one of those. There's options for sure. Live in a shack, live in a shack. We need to talk about our trip. I mean, I kind of had a conversation about it with TJ and Chelsea the other day, and I thought we were pretty close to agreeing on something, but TJ just didn't want to have the conversation at that point, I think, and was just like refusing to participate. Like, I would tell Chelsea, like, yeah, if you guys want to come with us, here's some places we can go. Go to San Francisco, we go to the beach, blah, 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 blah. And Chelsea would be like, ooh, that sounds good. What do you think, TJ? And he was just like looking at his phone. He's like, I don't care. I don't know. She's like, well, we kind of need to decide. He was like, I don't know. Whatever. I don't care. And it's like, you do care though. You like you were telling me that there are some places like you just want to chill and blah blah blah. You need to like have input on this. And he's like, nah, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't. She's like, we kind of need to make a decision. Like the trip is coming up. Yeah, I don't know. I don't care. I don't, whatever. Do whatever. It's just like, all right, all right, dude. That's not good. Dude, he can go gamble. Like honestly, if that's what he's bitching about, I can take him to some badass Indian casinos. There are Indian casinos up in Northern California that are fucking badass. There's a really badass one right around where I lived. Like if we go visit my mom and they come along and he wants to go to Chick Chansey, he can go up there. Pretty sure it's reopened now. It's like, I mean, it's not a full-blown Vegas casino, but it's pretty goddamn close. It's a big ass luxury hotel casino out in the middle of the fucking mountains. You guys can look it up, man. It's pretty nice. It's got a huge gaming floor. Huge. Like, if that's all it's about, dude, any of the places that I mentioned to him, there's an Indian casino within an hour. And a lot of them have really big Indian casinos. So it's just like, if that's the problem, what's wrong with my back? I have no fucking clue. Lower back problems, disc problems, most likely. Like before, I have bulging discs in my lower back, scoliosis in my upper back. As for right now, I'm just in a lot of pain, and I'm not sure what exactly I've injured or to what extent I've injured myself. You don't have to do a shitload of walking in Vegas. That's just ridiculous. Like, if you're going to Vegas to sightsee, you've got to do a shitload of walking. If you're going to Vegas to gamble, the only walking you have to do is out of your room, into the elevator, downstairs to the gaming floor, and to whatever gaming table you want to do. And then you just plop your ass down and start losing money. Like, Yeah, if you've gone to Vegas and you're just like, man, there's a lot of walking around, that's because you went to Vegas like a tourist. We're just like, I'm gonna walk up and down the strip all day. Like, what are you doing? Why'd you go to Vegas for that? Go somewhere else for that. Go to Vegas to play to gamble or drink. You were 13. I hate it when people take kids to Vegas because it just sucks. I mean, I guess there are arcades and stuff around, but a lot of them you're not even allowed in because they're attached to the fucking casino and kids aren't allowed in there. So, I worked at casinos. I'll never understand the people who play to win money. That is literally impossible. You have a better chance of finding extra money on the sidewalk. Well, no shit. I mean, that's the reason that these places exist. It's why I don't gamble. I mean, every once in a while, if we're, in a place where gambling's legal, like if I went to Vegas with people, it's not like I'm not going to fucking try out a slot machine or play a hand or two of blackjack. But I understand what I'm doing. I'm playing a game, and whether I win or lose, the chances of me like continuing to win are zero. That's why these places fucking exist. They exist because the deck is stacked against you. The odds are on the house always. I mean, the only game where the odds are not on the house is poker, and it's the hardest game to play and win at. Like, and even then, I'll be honest with you, the odds are probably skewed towards the house. Yeah, the going out into the fucking 110-degree heat, you're always like, oh my god, in Vegas, because inside they keep it like 62 degrees. You feel like you want to bundle up, and then you go through the sliding doors, and you're just like, and you're like, oh fuck. And you go out, and you get all sweaty and start to get used to that, and then you walk into another place, and it's fucking freezing, and you're just like ice cold. Now you're covered in sweat, but it's 60 degrees, and you're just like, oh god. Yeah, Vegas is not meant to be walked around. You're supposed to take taxis wherever you go in Vegas. You're supposed to pretty much find where you want to game and stay put. That's what all these places are designed for. They're designed to be one-stop shops. Need something to eat? We got a restaurant right there. Want to play the slots? Right there. Want to bet the ponies? Right there. Want to bet the sports? Right there. Want to play fucking blackjack or poker? Right over there. Everything you need's here. Want to drink? We got fucking 13 different kinds of bars here. What do you want? Pick your poison. Still don't understand why they build that city in the middle of the desert. I do. I mean, like, why wouldn't a big gambling city be a remote place? If somebody robs something in Vegas, right? And it's, like, obviously they're not going to be able to just hop a plane with all that cash. They're going to have to drive to get out. Well, there's only really two ways out of Vegas. It's out in the middle of goddamn nowhere. What are you going to go on foot? Run out into the desert? That ain't going to work for you. It's just like that's why it was built. Because they knew that all kinds of money was going to be out there. And what better way to protect all of that cash on hand from robbery attempts than by putting, your big gambling city in a very remote place that it's hard to get out of because there's really only one or two routes out. It's easy to stash it in the desert and get it later. I mean, assuming that you can fucking get the fuck... I mean, whatever, dude. You act like you've pulled a heist. Getting out of a casino with something that you've stolen from it is one of the most unlikely things in the world. Like, it just doesn't happen. Cameras, sensors, undercover people, plainclothes fucking security, just endless employees wandering around watching everything that's going on. There's like your chances of going into a casino and getting a bunch of chips and making it out the front door are like pretty much zero. And then let's say that you do, you're in Las Vegas, swarming with cops, only one way in and out. in the middle of the fucking sweltering desert. It's 110 degrees outside. Everybody in the town and the area is now looking for you. You're fucked. It's like an old west town. You seen the new Ocean sequel with the chicks? I don't even, I can't even tell you how tired I am of this rebranding bullshit that they're doing. It's the Ocean's 11 team, but now they're broads. Why? Why? If you want to do a chicks movie, why not do a spinoff and call it like Massengill's 13 or something? Why is it Oceans still? It's actually Danny Ocean's wife. Oh, so it's fucking what's her name? Uh, bu- 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 I don't know. I can't remember her name. I want to say Juliette Lewis, but that's not right. Brain farting on her name. Julia Roberts, thank you. So it's Julia Roberts, who was a reluctant participant in his schemes in the first two films. Now she's got her own crew of kick-ass chick bank robbers. Sounds like a stinker to me. P.U. I don't agree. Sandra Bullock peaked in Speed. She was terrible in Gravity. I disagree. I liked Gravity. I thought it was a pretty cool flick. I thought she did a decent job in it. Wasn't her best performance, but it was adequate for the movie. The movie really wasn't a character piece. It was more of a set piece. So I thought she did a good job in Gravity. Corporate promotion. Her character was retarded. I mean, look around. Retarded people exist. Guys need to rebrand women movies for shits and giggles. Yeah. Well, we've talked about that before. I know I've talked with TJ about like making a Steel Magnolias, but for dudes. Fried green tomatoes, but for dudes. Brotherhood of the Traveling Jockstrap or some shit. Like take all these chick flicks and start recasting them with dudes and watch them complain. And then watch the hypocrisy flow when you show them all the fucking movies with dudes that have been rebooted with nothing but chicks. Dog Day Afternoon transcends the genre of crime film. It is one of the most brilliant movies ever made. Some of the most brilliant performances. Such a great movie, man. Great soundtrack. Great fucking. I don't know. So many great, like, memorable moments. I love Pacino's portrayal of Sonny. I love Sal. I think his actual name is Sal something. I can't remember his last name, but his portrayal of Sal was really good. Everybody in that movie was great, man. You like any Studio Ghibli movies? Or Ghibli or whatever, however you say it? Yeah, I like Spirited Away. I like Princess Mononoke. Is Vampire Hunter D a Ghibli movie? I don't think it is. But those two I like. Spirited Away and Princess Mononoke. I've seen both of those and I enjoyed both of those. Ugh. It sucks, man. It sucks that like slow, steady, pulsing electrocution is better than sitting here in pain. It's a pretty cool little device.